My name is Juliet Sinclair. I'm 33 years old, and until this summer, I believed that if you built your life carefully enough, nothing truly collapsed without warning. I work as a senior estimator for a construction firm just outside Charlotte. My days are structured, not rigid, just deliberate. I wake up at the same time every morning, leave the house at 8, stop at the same coffee shop where they already know my order. By 6, I'm usually home unless a project slips. Evenings are simple. The gym, or quiet dinners, or sitting on my balcony with a book I actually finish. 3 years ago, I signed the lease on a 2-bedroom apartment in South End. It was mine before it became ours, before Marcus. Marcus Hale is 29, charming in a way that feels effortless. The kind of man who doesn't enter a room, he settles into it like he's always belonged there. People don't question him, they orbit him. In the beginning, that felt magnetic. By year 3, it felt exhausting. Every dinner became a photo opportunity. Every small disagreement turned into a story retold to his friends with just enough distortion to make him look misunderstood and me look intense. Somewhere along the way, our relationship stopped feeling like something we lived in and started feeling like something he performed. I ignored it longer than I should have. Things shifted harder after he started his new job. New coworkers, new bars, new conversations about reinventing himself. He still said he loved me, but he talked about our future like it was something optional, like a jacket he wasn't sure still fit. The night it ended, or what he called a break, was a Thursday. We were sitting at this taco place we used to go to when we were broke and stupidly happy. Halfway through dinner, Marcus put his drink down and said he needed to be honest. That's never a good sentence. He looked at me like he was about to do something brave. I think I need a break to find myself, he said. I've never really been single as an adult. I need space, to breathe, to see what else is out there before I lock myself into something forever. I stared at him for a second. Then I asked, "Are you breaking up with me?" He tilted his head, almost amused. "Why are you making it sound so harsh? I'm asking for space. If we're meant to be, we'll find our way back." And that was the moment something in me went still, because I understood exactly what he was asking. He wanted the safety of me, with the freedom to explore everyone else. He wanted me waiting while he decided if I was still his best option. So I nodded. "Take all the time you need." He blinked. That wasn't the reaction he expected. I paid my half of the bill, stood up, and told him I'd be home within the hour. "Juliet, don't be dramatic," he said. "I'm not," I replied. "You asked for a break. I'm agreeing." When I got home, I didn't cry. I didn't sit in the dark replaying the conversation. I started packing his things. Not angrily, methodically. Shirts folded, shoes paired, chargers bundled so he couldn't accuse me later of hiding anything. I moved with the same precision I used at work, step by step, no wasted motion. At 1:04 a.m., he texted, "I'm at Kelsey's. We just need a few days to clear our heads." I stared at the message for a moment before replying. "I'm treating this as a breakup. Your things will be ready for pickup tomorrow afternoon." The response came almost immediately. "You're proving my point." I actually laughed. His version of love was me staying available no matter what he said. My version apparently was taking him seriously. The next morning, my friend Trevor came over with coffee and helped me move the heavier boxes closer to the door. Around noon, Marcus showed up with Kelsey, and that look people get when reality has moved faster than they expected. He stepped inside slowly, scanning the apartment. "You really packed everything," he said. "Yes." "So, 3 years is just over?" I met his eyes. "No, you ended it last night. I accepted it today." Kelsey stepped in like she was managing a situation. "Juliet, he didn't mean it like that," she said. "He just needs space. He wants to know you care enough to fight for him." I looked at her, then back at Marcus. "I'm not auditioning for my own relationship." That landed exactly how you'd expect. Marcus's expression shifted. Confusion, then anger. "You're being cold," he said. I was being honest. Healthy couples take breaks. "Healthy couples also respect the answer they get," I replied. They loaded his bags into Kelsey's SUV in silence. At the car, Marcus turned back. "You're really not going to chase me, are you?" "No." That night, I changed the door code, dropped his spare key with the front desk, notified management he was no longer authorized for guest access. Then I made dinner, watched a game, and slept straight through the night. That surprised me the most. Not happiness. Just quiet. 4 days later, Marcus was still acting like the breakup was a mood I should have outgrown by now. The first message didn't even come from him. It came from Kelsey. New number. "She thought you'd realize what you were losing by now." I read it once, then typed back exactly one sentence. He's the one who asked for a break. I didn't block the number. I didn't engage again either. Silence, I was learning, said more than arguments ever could. Later that afternoon, Marcus's sister, Emily, sent me a message on Instagram. Her tone was softer, more careful. She hasn't been eating. She's barely sleeping. I'm worried about her. That one I didn't ignore, but I also didn't play along. I called Denise, Marcus's mother. She'd always been the only person in his family who spoke without performance. If Marcus is actually in danger, I told her calmly, please go be with him. But if this is just pressure to get me to respond, I'm not participating. There was a pause on the line, a long one. Then Denise sighed, like someone who already understood more than she wanted to admit. I'll check on him, she said quietly. That same evening, Marcus started posting again. Stories from bars in Nashville. A mirror selfie with a caption about choosing himself. A blurry photo of a woman's hand across a table. A white heart beside it. It didn't make me jealous. It made me tired. So I did the opposite. I went running again. Rejoined the Wednesday fitness class I dropped because Marcus said it cut into our time. Cleaned the apartment, boxed up the framed photos of us, and slid them into the back of the closet. None of it felt dramatic. It felt administrative. That Saturday, Trevor dragged me to a river cleanup event in Freedom Park. His company sponsored it, and he refused to spend 3 hours picking up trash alone. I almost didn't go, but staying home felt too close to thinking. So I went, and that's where I met Daniel. Daniel Carter was 32. He wore a faded baseball cap, work gloves that were clearly too big for him, and a smile that didn't try too hard to exist. The first thing he said to me was after my trash bag split open and sent crushed cans rolling down a small slope. He looked at the mess, then at me, and said, "Strong opening." I laughed before I could stop myself, and just like that, something shifted. We ended up working the same stretch of trail, then standing near the coffee cart with Trevor and one of Daniel's friends. Conversation with him wasn't strategic. There were no pauses that felt calculated, no moments where I felt like I was being evaluated. He was just present. I didn't ask for his number. 2 nights later, Trevor sent me a screenshot from the volunteer group chat. Daniel had asked if the woman with the calm voice and the serious eyes was single. I told Trevor that description was rude. Then I asked for Daniel's number. Meanwhile, Marcus got stranger. I ran into him Tuesday morning at the coffee shop near my building. He acted surprised. Too surprised. He asked how I'd been sleeping, whether I still got oat milk in my coffee. I'm fine, I said, and left. That night, he was sitting outside my apartment. Wearing my old gray college hoodie like Heartbreak came with a costume department. He stood when he saw me. Can we not do this in the hall? He asked. We can also not do it in my apartment, I replied. He exhaled, frustrated. I just needed to see your face. Everyone's acting like this is final. It is final. He stared at me like I'd said something unreasonable. Over one conversation? No, I said quietly. Over what that conversation meant. And then he said the one thing that erased whatever softness I still had left. I thought you'd at least wait a little while. There it was. Not regret. Expectation. He wanted to test the world while I stayed exactly where he left me. I met his eyes. You don't get to leave me on standby. His expression cracked. Not into sadness, but into something louder, more performative. His voice rose, his breathing shifted. I'd already texted Erica at the front desk from the elevator. By the time Marcus started pushing the moment into something bigger, Erica stepped in. Sir, she said firmly, if you're not a resident or registered guest, I need you to head downstairs. Marcus looked offended, like he'd been disrespected. He left without another word. I went inside, closed the door, and stood there for a moment in the quiet. Then I picked up my phone and texted Daniel. Do you want dinner Thursday? He replied in less than 3 minutes. Yes. That felt more honest than anything I'd had in months. 3 weeks later, dinner had turned into walks through the park. Walks turned into Sunday brunch, then midweek coffee, then something steady, something easy. Daniel didn't punish closeness. If he was late, he told me. If I had a long day, he asked about it without turning it into a performance. There were no games, just consistency. By week 3, Marcus had apparently realized something. I wasn't just serious. I was moving on. That's when the calls started. Unknown numbers at first, then a blocked voicemail at 11:47 p.m. on a Thursday. His voice came through softer than I'd ever heard it. I know you're home. Your balcony light is on. I just want 5 minutes. I saved the voicemail immediately. The next morning, he showed up at my office. Our receptionist called upstairs. There's a man in the lobby with a bakery box, she said carefully. He says he's your boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend, I corrected. Please don't send him up. He left before security intervened. But he left the box. Inside were pastries from the place we used to go on Sundays, and a note for the woman I'm still in love with. I took a photo, emailed it to myself, then left the box in the break room. That night, Daniel and I met Trevor and his wife at a rooftop concert in Noda. It was simple, easy, exactly the kind of night Marcus used to complain was too low effort. We were halfway through the second set when I saw him, standing near the bar, watching. Later, Trevor's wife told me she'd spotted Kelsey near the entrance, filming something on her phone. Someone had seen I was tagged at the concert. Someone had told him where to find me. Marcus walked straight toward us, and instead of looking at me first, he looked at Daniel. "So this is why you moved on so fast." Daniel didn't react. He just glanced at me, steady, waiting. I stepped forward. Marcus, leave." He laughed under his breath. "Wow, 3 years, and now I'm just Marcus." Daniel spoke then, calm but firm. "She asked you to leave." Marcus's smile shifted, sharpened. "She told you I'm the crazy ex, didn't she?" he said, looking at Daniel. "She always has to be the calm one." I moved between them. "Leave." Marcus reached for my wrist. Not aggressively, but enough. Trevor stepped in. Daniel moved closer. Security arrived within seconds. Marcus tried to switch tactics. Softer voice, controlled breathing. "I just want closure," he said. "You're humiliating me." Security didn't care. They walked him out while he kept calling my name like volume could rewrite reality. When it was over, Daniel looked at me. "Is this your normal Thursday?" he asked slightly. I let out a breath. No, definitely not." He nodded once. "Good, because I like you," he said. "But I don't do unfinished stories." Neither did I. And for the first time, that felt like the right kind of boundary. 2 days after the concert, Denise called me. Not defensive, not emotional, just tired. "I need the truth," she said, "because none of the versions I'm hearing make sense anymore." So I gave it to her. Everything. The restaurant, the hallway, the office visit, the voicemail, the concert. I didn't exaggerate. I didn't soften it either. When I finished, there was silence on the line. Then she said quietly, "He told us you were punishing him for asking for space." I leaned back against my kitchen counter. "He didn't tell you he's been following me around the city?" Another pause. Longer this time. "No," she said, "he did not." I closed my eyes for a second, then spoke carefully. "I'm not trying to ruin Marcus. I just want distance." Denise exhaled slowly. "Then you need to make it formal," she said, "because he's not hearing you." She was right. So I did. $425 later, a local attorney named Grant sent a cease and desist letter, certified mail, email, every documented incident listed clearly. Calls, workplace visit, apartment confrontation, public disruption. No direct contact. No third-party contact. No showing up uninvited. It was clear. It was final. And for 3 days, it worked. Nothing. No messages, no calls, no coincidental appearances. I almost thought it was over. Then Daniel sent me a screenshot. A blank Instagram account had requested to follow him. The bio read, "Ask her how fast she replaced me." I stared at the screen, then forwarded it to Grant without replying. Grant forwarded it to Marcus. And just like that, silence again. Not peaceful silence. Controlled silence. The kind that feels like someone is holding their breath on the other side of a door. For a while, that was enough. The noise stopped. And without it, something else became clearer. What life actually sounded like when it wasn't filled with tension. Daniel and I kept things slow. We cooked dinner at my apartment, watched bad movies, and didn't pretend they were good. He left a toothbrush by my sink one night without turning it into a moment. And somehow, that small, ordinary thing felt more intimate than anything Marcus had ever turned into a production. Work got better, too. In the middle of all of it, I got promoted. Senior estimator, salary bump, more responsibility. Trevor claimed emotional chaos had been blocking my professional aura. I told him if he said aura again, I'd end the friendship. For a while, everything settled, until it didn't. 2 months after the breakup, I was standing in county court on a Wednesday morning. Because Marcus broke the agreement, he mailed a handwritten letter to my office, marked personal. Inside was a Polaroid from a mountain trip we'd taken years ago. On the back, one sentence. "You don't throw away real love this easily." Grant looked at it once and nodded. "Perfect," he said. "Now we file." I didn't feel victorious. I didn't feel angry either. Just done. So we filed for a civil no-contact order. The hearing lasted less than 20 minutes. Because the evidence wasn't dramatic. It was consistent. Grant had everything organized, tabbed, documented. The messages, the voicemail transcript, the building report from Erica, the bakery note, the concert incident, the cease and desist, the fake account, the letter. Marcus showed up looking softened. Cream sweater. neutral expression, carefully curated. His attorney spoke first. My client simply wanted closure after a painful separation. Grant slid the voicemail transcript across the table. Then the screenshots. Then the letter. The judge read through everything quietly, then looked at Marcus. When she told you not to contact her, he said, and then her attorney told you not to contact her, what part of that sounded negotiable? Marcus's composure broke. He said he loved me, that Daniel was a rebound, that I had moved on too fast, that he never meant for a break to become permanent. The judge listened, then said something I think about more than I expected to. Intent does not cancel impact. And just like that, it was over. 1 year no contact order. No calls, no messages, no showing up, no using other people to reach me. Nothing. Outside the courtroom, Denise was waiting. She looked older than I remembered. I'm sorry, she said, for all of it. I shook my head gently. You don't owe me anything. She nodded, then added quietly, I liked who he was when he was with you, before he started treating love like leverage. That line stayed with me. Love like leverage. That was exactly it. Marcus didn't lose me because he needed space. He lost me because he expected me to wait while he decided if I was worth choosing. Daniel never asked me to wait. He just asked if I was free Friday night. And somehow, that difference changed everything. We're still together. Slowly, intentionally. Most nights we cook at my place, talk about nothing important, laugh at things that don't need to be shared with anyone else. His toothbrush is still by my sink, and that quiet, ordinary detail feels more real than any grand gesture I used to mistake for love. As for Marcus, from what I've heard, he tells people two different stories. In one, I'm cold, unforgiving. In the other, I'm the one he'll never get over. Neither version is my responsibility, because the truth is simpler than both. Love isn't waiting while someone explores their options. It isn't proving your worth by staying through uncertainty. It isn't being placed on standby. Real love is smaller than that. It's clarity. It's consistency. It's someone choosing you, without needing to lose you first. And that's something I'll never negotiate again.